So have you ever wondered what governments do when the economy's on fire, people are broke, and no one's spending money? Simple. They smash that big red button that says, print more money. Yep, sounds like a genius idea, right? Just print more money, give it to everyone, and boom, we're all rich, right? Well, not exactly. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than just a big machine spitting out dollar bills like a broken vending machine. Because behind that glorious sound is a complicated system involving central banks, digital money creation, and a whole lot of economic consequences most people never think about. Stick around, because by the end, you'll see why the government goes and your wallet goes bruh. All right, first things first. Who's actually pressing the big money printing button? Spoiler. It's not the president sitting in the Oval Office with a giant lever labeled more cash. The real money magicians are the central banks, like the Federal Reserve in the US. They don't usually print physical cash like your Monopoly set. Instead, they create digital money by doing stuff like lowering interest rates or buying government bonds, a process called quantitative easing, which sounds super fancy, but it's basically them typing big numbers into a spreadsheet and pretending it's fine. It's not like printing money at home with your Epson. It's more like giving the banking system a free refill and saying, go spend this and fix the economy. Cool, right? Also, kind of terrifying. All right, so why do governments decide to hit the money printer button in the first place? Simple. When the economy looks like it's about to collapse, they panic print. Think recession, unemployment spikes, businesses dying. Basically, economic chaos. To fight that, central banks pump new money into the system to encourage spending and lending. It's like giving the economy CPR with cash. They want people to borrow more, buy more, and keep things running. This move is often sold as stimulus, a fancy word for throwing money at the problem and hoping it fixes itself. And sometimes it actually works. But the catch is, if they do it too much or for too long, the economy doesn't heal. It just gets addicted. And like any addiction, the side effects suck. When governments go overboard with money printing, things start to break fast. The first red flag? Inflation. Prices go up, your salary stays the same, and suddenly you're calculating whether eggs are worth it this week. Why? Because there's more money in circulation but the same amount of goods. Basic supply and demand. Even your high school economics teacher would be proud. Now, if they really mess up, it turns into hyperinflation, where prices double every few days, and people get paid in stacks of cash just to buy lunch. At that point, money isn't money anymore. It's just sad paper. It's the economic equivalent of, we messed around and now we're finding out. So yeah, printing money isn't a free cheat code. It's more like a risky gamble, and governments aren't exactly known for their winning streaks. Let's look at some real-life disasters. Examples. First up, Zimbabwe, early 2000s. The government printed money like there was no tomorrow, and guess what? A loaf of bread ended up costing 35 million Zimbabwean dollars. Yes, million. People were literally carrying bags of cash just to buy groceries. Then there's Venezuela, where inflation got so bad that shop owners stopped changing their price tags. It just wasn't worth the effort. Even Germany, back in the 1920s, had a hyperinflation moment where prices doubled every few days and people burned money for heat because it was cheaper than firewood. And no, this isn't ancient history. Money printing gone wrong can happen today too. These are the case studies your government hopes you never Google. So how does all this printing madness affect you? Well, let's just say it's not great for your wallet. First off, inflation means your paycheck doesn't go as far. That nice dinner you could afford last month? Now it's a sad, overpriced snack. Then there's the loss of purchasing power. When your money is worth less, it takes more of it to buy the same things. And if things really go south, people start hoarding because they know tomorrow's prices will be higher. It's like being trapped in a weird economy version of musical chairs. And guess what? There's never enough chairs. Your savings? Not immune either. They shrink in value. In short, printing too much money hurts the everyday person. And trust me, it's not the everyday person the government's thinking about when they print more cash. Okay, so is printing money always the villain in this story? Not exactly. Sometimes it's necessary. Like in the middle of a crisis. Think global pandemics, recessions, or when a country is on the brink of total economic meltdown. Printing money can help prevent a total collapse by getting cash flowing through the economy and encouraging people to spend. But here's the catch. It's about balance. If central banks print money in moderation, it can give the economy the boost it needs. The problem is when they don't stop, or when it's done for the wrong reasons. It's like putting a band-aid on a broken arm. Sure, it helps, but it won't fix everything. So, printing money can work, as long as it's not overdone. So, there you have it. Printing money isn't some magic trick that fixes everything. Sure, in the right situation, it can be a quick fix to keep things from falling apart, but it's not a long-term solution. Too much of it, and you end up with inflation, a devalued currency, and an economy that's barely hanging on. In the end, it's all about balance. A little printing here and there can help, but overdoing it turns the economy into a hot mess. So next time someone suggests printing money to solve everything, remember, it's not that simple. Keep the printer on standby, but don't let it run wild. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to think twice before trusting any easy solutions.